The Complete Works of Swami Vivekananda, Volume 3, Section 3, Chapter 2. The Bhakta's Renunciation Results for Love. The Bhakta's renunciation results from love. We see love everywhere in nature, where whatever in society is good and great and sublime is the working out of the love. Whatever in the society is very bad, nay, diabolical, is also the ill-directed working out of the same emotion of love. It is the same emotion that gives up the pure and the holy conjugal love between husband and wife, as well as the sort of love which goes to satisfy the lowest form of animal passion. The emotion in the same is the same, but its manifestation is different in different cases. It is the same feeling of love, well or ill directed, that impels one man to do good and give all he has to the poor, while it makes another man cut the throat of his brethren and take away all their possession. The former loves to others as much as the latter loves himself. The direction of love is bad in the case of latter, but it is right and proper in the other case. The same fire that cooks the meal for us may burn a child, and it is no fault of the fire if it does so. The difference lies in the way in which it is used. Therefore, love, the intense longing for association, the strong desire on the part of two to become one, and it may be, after all, of all to become merged in one, is being manifested everywhere in higher or lower forms as the case may be. Bhakti Yoga is the science of higher love. It shows us how to direct it. It shows us how to control it. Shows us how to manage it, how to use it, how to give it a new aim, as it were, and from it obtain the highest and the most glorious results. That is how to make it lead us to the spiritual blessedness. Bhakti Yoga does not say give up. It only says love, love the highest, and everything low naturally falls off from him, the object of whose love is the highest. I cannot tell anything about three thy except that thou art my love. I cannot tell anything about thy except that thou art my love. Thou art beauty, beautiful. Oh, thou art beauty. Thou art beauty itself. What is, after all, really required of us in the yoga is that our thirst after beautiful should be directed to God. What is beautiful in the human face, in the sky, in the star, and in the moon? It is only the partial apprehension of the real, all embracing divine beauty. He shines, everything shines. It is through His light that all things shine. Take his high position of bhakti, which makes you forget at once all your little passionate personalities. Take yourself away from all the worlds like selfish clingings. Do not look upon humanity as a center of all your human and higher interests. Stand as a witness, as a student, and observe the phenomena of nature. Have the feeling of personal non attachment with regard to men, and see how this mighty feeling of love it's working itself out in the world. Sometimes a little friction is produced, but that is only in the course of struggle to attain the higher real love. Sometimes there is a little fight or a little fall, but it is all only by the way. Stand aside and freely let this friction come. You feel the friction only when you are in the current of the world, but when you are outside of it, simply as a witnessee and as a student, you will be able to see that there are millions and millions of channels in which God is manifesting Himself as love. Wherever there is any bliss, even though in the most sensual of things there is a spark of eternal bliss, which is the Lord Himself. Even in the lowest kind of attraction there is a gem of a divine love. One of the name of the Lord in Sanskrit is Hari, and this means that He attracts all things to Himself. His is in fact the only attraction worth of human heart. Who can attract the soul really? Only He. Do you think that matter can truly attract the soul? It never did and will never do. When you see a man going after a beautiful face, do you think that it is the handful of arranged material molecules which really attracts the man? Not at all. Behind those material particles, there must be and is the play of divine influence and divine love. The ignorant man does not know it, but yet, consciously or unconsciously, he is attracted by it and it alone. So even the lowest form of attraction derive their power from love himself. None, O beloved, ever loved the husband for the husband's sake. It is the Atman, the Lord who is within, for whose sake the husband is loved. Loving wives may know this or they may not. It is true all the time. None, O beloved, ever loved the wife for the wife's sake, but it is the self in the wife that is loved. Similarly, no one loves a child or anything else in the world except on account of him who is within. The Lord is the great magnet, and we are all like iron filings. We are being constantly attracted by Him, and all of us are struggling to reach Him. All this struggle of ours is in this world is surely not intended for selfish ends. Who do not know what they are doing. The world of their life is, after all, to approach the great magnet. All the tremendous struggling and fighting in life is intended to make us go to Him unlimited or ultimate and be one with Him. The Bhakti Yogi, however, knows the meaning of life's struggles. He understands it. He has passed through a long series of these struggles and knows that they mean an earnest desire to be free from the friction thereof. He wants to avoid the clash and go direct to the center of all attraction, the great Hari. This is the renunciation of the Bhakta. This is renunciation of the Bhakta. This mighty attraction in the direction of God makes all other attraction vanish for him. This mighty infinite love of God which enters his heart leaves no place for any other love to live there. How can it be otherwise? Bhakti fills his heart with the divine water of the ocean of love, and which is God Himself. There is no place there for little loves. That is to say, Bhakta's renunciation is that vairagya or non-attachment for all things that are not God, which results from anurag or great attachment to God. This is the ideal preparation for the attainment of the supreme bhakti. When this renunciation comes, the gate opens for the soul to pass through and reach the lofty region of supreme devotion or parabhakti. Then it is that we begin to understand that what parabhakti is, and the man who has entered into the inner shrine of the parabhakti alone has the right to say that all forms and symbols are useless to him as aids to religious realization. He alone has attained that supreme state of love commonly called the brotherhood of men. The rest only talk. He sees no distinction. The mighty ocean of love has entered into him, and he sees not man in man, but he beholds his beloved everywhere. Through every face shines to him his Hari. The light in the sun and in the moon is all his manifestation everywhere, wherever there is beauty and sublimity. To him it is all his. Such bhaktas are still living. The world is never without them. Such, though bitten by the serpent, only say that a messenger came to them from their beloved. Such men alone have the right to talk of the universal brotherhood. They feel no resentment. Their minds never react in the form of hatred or jealousy. The external, the sensuous, has vanished from them forever. How can they be angry when, through their love, they are always able to see the reality behind the scene?